play, like in the general ball comp, then the variations of ball comp and when you play which type. That's what I'm gonna try and get over today, like for mainly ball comp, and then other sessions I can talk about like 6-man brawl, whatever, monkey comps. Um, but okay, so to start off, right, if we're playing a Sombra ball comp, okay, how do you think we want this to be played? Like, what would you say the general playstyle of like Sombra ball comp is? Or even
Like,
if you broke it down into phases or whatever, like it's you want to do it.
my opinion, I think you should play that ball on like a web format where you just try to build like a web around them, like different angles to like shoot them and attack them.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Angles is usually quite important in ball comp. Thing is, it is very situational, but I just want to hear like what you guys think the general playstyle is because it changes a lot from comp to comp. But um, anyone else? Anyone else got any ideas? Seafood, Jezu, JP, anyone? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that was on defense on this map. Yeah, exactly. Right. So, right, what I'm gonna break it down into. Okay, I'm gonna break it down into like 3 phases. I want to bust out this document. Oh, I don't think I can. I'll do it later. But basically, is the first phase I'm gonna call scouting. There's a scouting phase, right? And this is basically where your mobile heroes. So it depends on the type of ball comp you're playing, but your mobile heroes, aka in this comp, Ball, Tracer, and Sombra, right? They're your 3 mobile heroes, okay? They basically walk up, like, and look to scout and see what comp they have. Like, the 2 things you want to look for, right, is, um, well, technically it's 3, but the main 2 is their comp, what comp they have, and 2, like, where are they set up? Where are they positioned at? Those are the 2 things, okay? And the third is where are you trying to rotate to your team to? Where do you want to go? Those are the 3 things you want to think about, okay? So first stage every time, okay? Like it's obviously on control it's different because you both meet at like the same point, but the same idea still applies. You want to get your mobile heroes like up front fast, and you want them to like scout and see what they have, okay? And then so for example here, Ball, Tracer, Sombra all got through early, right? And what I'd expect to be called is Tracer calling, okay, they have like Monkey, Ash, Mercy, Ana, like some like just say like some kind of monkey comp. Like think it's double bubble, right? We're not sure, right? Okay, you can't see absolutely everyone, but maybe that's what you say. Then and then what, like there's different ways to do it, but the main way you want to do it, okay, when you have if you have these 3 guys, right, of Ball, Tracer, Sombra, is you usually stack you 3 together. You go the same side. For example, like Ball, like JP, in this case that was you, or Josh if it's you, it depends who's in. Like you call what side you want to go. Okay, so you call, oh, one of you calls their comp, then you call, oh, they're literally all stacked top left, which this is actually a dog shit position for the other team. Like Monkey gets literally no value up here. There's no reason for him to be here. Like, and then you call, oh, they're all top left high ground, okay? And then you decide, okay, what do we want to do with that information, right? And and then you'd also, let's say for example, it doesn't matter which side you call. You can choose to go this side or you can go this side. It doesn't matter. Then you call, okay, we're gonna go right, and then that's stage 1, okay? In that stage, right, when you're doing the whole scouting, whatever, calling what comp they have, your backline, your Zen Brig Diva, just looks to kind of hide and play safe until you know what they have. Because as Zen, you don't like want to be walking out, right, when you have no idea what they have, and they have like, I don't know, let's say imagine they had 6-man and they had 6-man hiding in this room for some weird reason, right? And then yours then walked out and just got instantly rushed on and killed. Like you just want to hide, chill, wait until you hear what they have, and then you decide what you want to do. Okay, like that is stage 1, right? Then what is likely to be stage 2? Like I'm gonna break it down into probably 3 stages. What's likely to be stage 2 after that?
set up basically.
Yeah.
Since now
Okay.
you scout and
Yeah,
know where
kill
they're at,
box.
you set up.
Yeah. Wait, JP, what was that? I missed what you said
Like
there.
a set up the kill box that you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Then, so what you want to do is, right, then after you do this, you call your back, like your front line, any of you 3, it doesn't really matter who calls it, any of you can call it, right, calls which side you want to go, and then your backline also calls where they want to go, right? Like, backline says, okay, like, and this is the reason why it's really hard, you know, Jesse, what you talked about, like, on knowing how to play certain things, like, I learned all of this through experience and through, like, you know, like, genuinely, I've, like, probably over 1,000 hours of scrims, like, just like playing shit over and over and you figure out what works and what doesn't and how to play it. But like if you, for example, yeah, okay, you played you with this comp, right? And you said, oh, my backline, we want to go left side, yeah, and you push this way, right? You up here, you are going to lose and you're going to die. If you come this way, And like, but the thing is like it's great me saying that, but you kind of have to understand where you should play it and why. Like, what is the reason for your positioning? And the best position, like, okay, where do you guys think backline wants to play? Where would be a good position for Zen Brig Diva to play into their comp?
Like, knowing that they're set up in top left, I just want to play like far right high ground where it's harder for Monkey to get to,
Here,
and they've got to
say.
commit resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you mean? Oh, or do you mean all the way over here?
Like with the stairs, bro.
Like run in the window and just move back and forth, like either.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, I'm liking the ideas we got so far, right? That's pretty good, okay? But, right, you got to think of another thing, okay? Right? This isn't too bad, right? This isn't too bad, yeah? But then here's where I'm going to get into the specifics, like because we have Sombra versus if we had Ash, right? If we have Sombra, okay, what does that mean, right? Like, what were we playing for with the Sombra versus over like an Ash or whatever? Like, what is
Obviously
the,
playing
these
for
figures?
hacks.
Playing
Yeah.
for hacks instead of spam.
Yeah, okay, exactly. So we're playing for hacks instead of spam, right? So if we go top windows, right? This like to start as a base idea, I like where you guys are going with this, okay? But a better position would actually be to be under here, right?
That's what I
And
was
I'm gonna
gonna
tell you
say.
why. Okay, okay, nice. Like there we go. We're already thinking about it, right? Because if you go here, yeah, okay, you're peeking the Ash, okay, who has a Mercy pocket, right? It's not at Ash's best range, but she still does really good damage from here, right? And she has a Mercy pocket. Like, unless you hit an entire volley of right clicks on Zen, like, it's really not worth your while just peeking this in the first place, because you're not playing for poke. If you had Ash Sig, right, and you had a shield here, a nice fat juicy shield, and you had your Ash poking as well, then it would be completely fine. Like, you could even walk up to here, and you could be poking them from here, be completely fine, completely chill, right? But because you have a Sombra, the way Sombra Ball Comp works, right, as I said, so you basically stage 1, scout, stage 2, setup, right, and then stage 3 is execute the dive, right? Um, and there's not really a poke phase as much in this comp because you have a Sombra, you don't have an Ash, right, or something like that, or a Soldier or whatever other DPS. You don't really have much poke like you have a Sombra. So in this comp, right, what you want to do is just look to, as JP said earlier, set up a kill box, right? Decide where do we want to hit them and when. Okay, so you say, oh, okay, I want to like JP. Let's say you scouted, right? You see they're all up here, right? You're like, oh, they have no Brig, they have Honor, Mercy, like, and Ash. Like, this is such a free like slam, right? And then you say, I'm gonna slam it on the high ground, okay? In like, just say Tracer, like, can you set up? And then you give her a few seconds. You ask, like, okay, right, Tracer, you set up. You go, okay, I'm slamming in 3, 2, 1. Obviously, you want the Sombra to set up as well, but Sombra's invisible, so she can set up very easily. Tracer requires a bit more, and then what you do is, wherever you grapple from, it doesn't matter. You don't need to know any fucking rollouts. You just grapple off wherever you can. And then your Tracer would set up, like, let's say, just here, right? Hypothetically, okay, just here. Like, let's say around this corner. And then your Sombra would go invis, probably come all the way up here, and set up here, okay? And there's, like, basically what's called, like, I don't know what it's called other than, like, the triangle, like strat triangle idea. This is the same in Double Bubble as well, but it's basically where, so I said you start off usually like you want you guys to come at one side, right, which you can do to clear out some space. For example, like if they were holding here, you might want to clear that out with Ball Tracer Sombra, but they're all stacked for some reason. Very weird, not sure why they're doing this, okay? But this is even better for you, because this means when you go in, right, you're slamming way more people. You're slamming literally 5 people instead of slamming like 2 or even 1, right? And then you set up, okay, you get everyone here, right? You get your backline down here, okay? And then what you do is you go in, right? Tracer goes in, Sombra goes in, and you create a triangle pinch. You have Sombra here, Tracer here, and then Ball here, right? And then you create this nice juicy triangle, right? You'd probably actually do it a little more like, actually, like Ball would be like here, and then Sombra would be like, actually you'd probably be a little to the side, actually. Sombra could even be like maybe like here, and then Tracer like here, right? And then you just get this good triangle, right, where like they don't really know where to look at. There's 3 different angles, people shooting at them, and as that happens, your Zen peeks out from here to get a Discord on the dive, right? He just peeks out, gets a Discord on some spam, and 100% you'll kill something when you do that. 100% against this comp, you'll kill something, right? And that's like the basic idea where it's like scout, set up, and then go. But the real question is okay, with Sombra comp, what you want to look at, okay, is you want to look at their comp and think how much spam do they have, okay? If they have a lot of spam, right, it's not even worth you as a backline even bothering to peek there, okay? You want to get your backline in a position where they're like kind of hidden in cover, but they can peek out and see the dive. This is why, you know, the idea of kill boxes I was talking about, right, is super important. For example, right, let's say instead of them being out here, you chose to engage them inside here. Would this be a good engage if you slammed and went in with them
Nah,
in here?
that's their kill box right there. They can easily stun you and aid you. They can do anything in there.
And no heals.
Okay, yeah, literally, like the biggest thing you want to think about, okay, when you set up your kill boxes, right? Okay, so let's say we choose here as our kill box. I would first be like, okay, this high ground is super free, right? The biggest thing you want to think is you want your backline to be set up in a position, okay, where they can actually get discords on the dive. If your backline can't set up discords on the dive, most of the time it's not a good play. It's not a good kill box. You should choose somewhere else, okay? And hypothetically, let's just say, okay, you'd be like, they're hiding in here, and you're like, oh, well, they're hiding in here, okay? Then what would you do? Let's just say they're all hiding in here, right? What would you do? Right? Anyone give me some suggestions. What do you think would be
Take
the play?
high
if they were
ground
hiding inside?
anyway. Let them come out.
Force point.
Yeah.
Perfect. Force point. Force point is the play. And this is the reason why I was talking about, you know, your backline down here, right? Yeah. This is why Sombra ball comp especially is so effective. And I talked about it on second point, and I'll go over it a bit when we get there. But I'm talking more about the macro, like the theory of it, rather than, you know, what you did wrong, what you did right, whatever. It's more like, okay, how you know, figure this stuff out yourself. Is Sombra ball comp is insanely good at forcing point because you have 3 mobile heroes who can ping pong point. Like, for example, right? If they're hiding inside, okay, yeah, you can have Ball, Sombra, and basically, here's what my team used to do a lot, and we still do a lot on Oasis and Ilios, right? Is we actually triple stack point and we do a triangle thing. And let's just say, hypothetically, okay, actually, wait, I want to move the camera over a little bit, okay? Let's say they're hiding inside, right? And they went out in the open, and you thought, oh, I don't have a good kill box yet. Then you make yourself have a good kill box. Give yourself a window to kill something, right? If they were in this room, okay, you've realized, great, it's terrible. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to go anywhere near here. I'm going to get fucked. Okay, then you may set up, like, let's just say hypothetically, you may set up Ball here, right? Maybe Tracer here, and then maybe Sombra playing this corner, right? And you have 2 people on point, right? Okay, actually, I'd probably put Ball here and Tracer here because Tracer can blink to this cover. Yeah, I'd put Ball here, and let's put Ball, Tracer here, right? And then you put Sombra in this corner, right? Sombra, right? Why is that? You have 2. Actually, I'm gonna switch colors for a second. Right, you have 2 people forcing point. Okay, so it's capping decently fast, not like super fast, but decently fast. Okay, that forces someone to touch point. Okay, what do you think you do if someone touches point? Let's say their monkey drops the point. Right, they don't want to drop everyone on point. They don't want to send everyone to point. They probably only want to send 1, 2 people max. Let's say monkey drops point. What would you do?
Kill it.
Okay, how?
With the
Shoot him.
triangle. With the triangle.
Okay, but
Sombra hack.
yeah, exactly. Okay, the reason why I talk about this triangle, right, and the reason it's so good, yeah, this, okay, is because they're looking. Oh shit! Let me just remove that Sombra, that S. Like they're all looking at people on point, right? They're shooting, trying to force them off, and your Sombra's in this like filthy little position down here where they're not even looking at, right? The monkey's dropping this way, okay, he's jumped off high ground. Even if he bubbles, someone just walks inside the bubble and you hack him, right? Like because he's getting shot at by people here, and then what do you have? Oh wait, we force point. We have our backline here who can support us with orbs, right? And the second we get a hack off, right, our Zen's peeking and spamming, right, trying to break monkey bubble as fast as he can. And as soon as monkey bubble breaks, he's trying to discord that monkey, and this monkey's going to get killed in an instant, right? And then you kill monkey. Now who can touch point on their team very easily? Zarya is like the only person. Tracer as well, but she's miles away. I don't know what she's doing over there. Tracer's actually the best person to touch point, but even then, if Tracer touch point, same thing. She's going to get forced out in an instant. She's 150 HP. She's going to get hacked, or you're going to shoot her and she's going to have to recall instantly. Like, this kind of playstyle is what you do if they're, like, not already set up here. Like, stuff like this. Forcing point is so strong. But you've got to realize when forcing point is the play and when it isn't. Like, if you go to force point right now, okay, yeah, let's say, like, you when they're on this side ground, right? And you went to force point, it just would not be a good play because their Ash is literally, she has sightlines all over point. So does Arna, like anti-nades, like even then, if anyone goes anywhere near, anyone goes near this side, monkey's just going to drop on you, like, and Zarya can bubble the monkey and all that kind of thing. Like, in this scenario, it wouldn't be worth, especially when you see they don't have a brig, right? Like, as you guys, like, Ball, Tracer, Sombra, you should be like, okay, it's time to go, right? Then I want to talk a little more, okay, about what the rest of you do. Like, D.Va in this scenario, okay? Like, Jezu, how do you think you'd play D.Va, right? Like, depending on what they have, because like D.Va's a bit of a weird one in World Comp. Like it was
Um,
like, it
well,
changes quite a lot.
Yeah. So personally, I think I'd like to protect my Zen, but we do have a
Mhm.
brig for that, so I can be a little. Oh, he just died. I failed.
Yeah.
But I want to protect the Zen.
Yeah.
But if he's like in a good position and I know there aren't any flankers, I could move up a little and like micro missile and poke.
Okay, perfect. The key thing there is if they don't have any flankers, or I'm gonna put slash many in there either, right? If it's just a tracer, okay, you don't really need to care that much about your backline. Like, is the tracer really gonna solo kill your Zen when he has a brig? Unlikely. Only way she does it is if she has pulse. This is another reason I talk about ult tracking a lot, okay? Once you guys start getting better, okay, if we start getting our ball comp down and we get pretty correct at ball comp and we're getting our ult tracking down and stuff good, like our ult tracking is getting good, we're going to start, actually, I mentioned it the other day a lot as well, but using our ult tracking calls to actually start making better plays. Like, you as D.Va being very aware that they have pulse, knowing the tracer wants to pulse your backline because that's the easiest targets to pulse, and then you track her, like all you're thinking about when you know she has pulse, right? All you're thinking about is where's the tracer, where's the tracer? You're looking left, you're looking right, you're looking behind, up, you're looking everywhere, right, for her. That's all you care about. And then the second you see her blinking in towards your backline, you flash DM and you eat the pulse. Stuff like that, right? Okay, it's like what you want to be doing. But as you said, if they don't have that much dive threat, you can leave your backline and just, you can play more aggressively. But in this scenario, they have Monkey Tracer, so you can't really leave them. But now I'm going to get, so that's the rough playstyle, and now I'm going to get matchup specific, okay? So in this case, they're playing Monkey, right? As I said, they're playing this Monkey comp like shit. Why is there Monkey here? I don't know, okay? No idea. But what they should actually have, by the way, is they should have Monkey here. Oh, no, I'm going to use different color. You can't see that. Wait. What they should actually have, what color should I use? Yellow? Right. No. Yeah, yellow. There. Yeah, they should have Monkey here, right? They should have Ana Brig this window. Actually, probably one of the windows. Doesn't really matter where. We'll just put it here for now, right? Pocketing the Monkey on car, and then Zarya playing here, right? Bubbling him when he drops, and then Tracer can play like this room, and then Ash plays here with the Mercy pocket this way. Oh, well, they have Mercy actually, but yeah, Ana plays here basically. And then what they're gonna do is every time I said like, okay, your flankers get through and stuff, right? Yeah. Okay, what do you think you'd want to do then, assuming this is the correct position, right? They actually played it properly. They have this setup, okay, and this is Monkey, Zarya, Ash, Ana. Could ignore the Mercy, but she's obviously with Ash plus Mercy, and then Tracer. What would you want to do then? Okay, so they've given you all this space basically to walk up, to get to where you want to. One thing as well, by the way, Jezu, you should always look to defense matrix your backline's rotations. Every time they're walking from one cover to another, look to hold DM on them so they don't get exactly what happened to Seafood. That doesn't happen.
Okay.
But assuming here, like, okay, assuming you did do that and he didn't die, right? You guys should be able to walk where you wanted to for free, okay? But imagine they played it better, right? And they played it correctly like this. What would you want to do? Anyone give me some ideas?
Look to poke their monkey out, so you can force him to like move away.
Perfect.
So that way
Okay.
you can force bubbles and stuff like that.
It literally, that is exactly what you need to do, okay? So if you have 3 mobile heroes, as you said in this case, right, yeah, you guys can get through to any side, right, okay? Yeah, you can get through this side, you can get through this side, you can get to wherever you want to. There's a lot of shit on my screen, actually. I should probably use, like, black or a different color or something. Right, so let's say, for example, okay, you will get through this side, right? Bull, Sombra, Tracer, you will stack, okay? You get into this room, right? You just stabilize for a second, you quickly saw what they had. You realize they have Monkey, okay? And if you just run behind them and you try and set up your own dives, right, okay, yeah, you should realize your backline's never going to be able to get through the choke. Why? Because this Monkey is just going to keep dropping on your backline every time they try and walk through. No matter which side they go, this side, he's going to drop on them. He's going to get bubbles. Your backline's barely going to be able to force him out. He's going to farm Primal, like, so fast. He's going to get Nano so fast. Like, it's just not going to be good at all for you. So, exactly that. You get your flanks through first, as usual, okay, the scouting. You call, that Monkey comp. Your flankers, right? It doesn't matter exactly where you are, but, like, I know Tracer can be here or whatever. Tracer and Solomon can both be in this room, to be honest, right? And you look to just basically, as I said, poke out the Monkey, right, and force him to jump backwards. He can't sustain damage from fucking everyone. And if your backline as well is like shooting him from whatever angle you're at, and then he jumps backwards, okay, now he's out, right, and you have like Monkey here and then Zarya here. Then now you have space to walk. That's the first step, clearing Monkey out, okay? That's what you should have had to do, but you didn't, right? So I'm gonna quickly play out and see what happens. Okay, well they just cleaned up on us there because we had no zone. Okay, we hacked the monkey there. That was good. See the triangle idea, by the way. Sombra was in a position where that is not the color to use. Sombra here is in a position where it's like an off angle, right? Where people aren't looking at. So she was able to hack the monkey for free. Like this is why when you play Sombra in these kind of weird positions, you get so much more value out of your hacks. And then obviously you'll kill the monkey here. So this bit now was played pretty good actually. Oh, you didn't kill him. Okay, well that's interesting. Okay, that's unlucky. But at least here, okay, even though your trace died, you managed to get your backline into a position, okay? So this wasn't too bad, right? As Seafood, I know you said you wanted to get inside here. So you got to where, in theory, you wanted to go, right? But like, and they keep defaulting to this position. They have no map control, right? If you think about what map control you could potentially take, you can take all of this, right? So actually, I'll use red. So this entire map control here right now, in theory, could be yours, right? And all they have is this tiny little bit here. They have nothing, okay? Which is why it's terrible for them to be stacking like this. But anyway, like with what I've talked about so far, right? This is the rough playstyle of Sombra Ball Comp, okay? I said you look for a play, you set up a kill box, okay? So scout, try to get everyone set up, okay? Force people out if you need to. So if there's a monkey looking to just constantly drop on your backline, then you force him out, then give your backline space to breathe, space to walk, okay? Let your backline walk through, whether it's this side, whether it's this side, okay, where like no matter where it is. But let's just say, okay, right, that's Sombra Ball Comp. Imagine you didn't have Sombra, okay? You now had Ashe Sigma instead, right? You like 95% of the time you want to pair the Ashe with a Sigma, but like you don't really want D.Va with Ashe because Ashe wants a shield to like actually be able to spam and shoot stuff. Where would you want to go if you had Ashe Sigma instead of what do you call it? Sombra D.Va?
Going
Anyone
to
got
the
any
high
ideas?
ground.
Which
Remember that
high
high
ground?
ground that you mentioned, the right side where the tunnel? You go up the stairs to the tunnel and then peek out to that right that
To glass.
I
Here?
don't know what you call that. Yeah, right there. And you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
throw those
yeah,
shield
here,
up
here.
and then you just poke.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. So like we're like every time we make a swap, right? We seem to like you guys seem to know exactly what like the general playstyle of it is, right? It's pretty obvious. Okay, you have more poke, okay, and then in that phase, right? Okay, let's say we have you guys all set up here, right? Then the same idea still applies. It just means you have more poke. You still want to set up your kill box, right? Let's say it's here, okay? And then in that time, get your tracer set up somewhere here. Your ball comes from wherever he wants to come from. I don't know. Um, like it depends where you're playing, obviously. And then you look to engage on this, right? But what could you do, okay, to make your dive more successful if you're playing Ashe? Like I just want to hear what you think. Like can help make your dive more likely to get kills or value. Knowing you have, like whatever Ash's kit is.
All right,
No one.
Ash throws a dynamite up there. A ball can potentially slam or follow up with it.
Yeah, literally, it's that simple. Pops a dynamite. She dynamites. That does burst damage, right? And take damage. Ball slams in. Trace comes in with a clip, and you just execute everything that's here. Like Ash's dynamite is like a mini Ana anti-nade. Like it's not quite as strong, but like it's like a mini version of that. So if you hit that and then you go in, it's like okay, then you're gonna kill stuff. But the biggest thing, okay, I want to talk about now is like you guys know the rough playstyles now basically of how to play it. As I said, on second point, by the way, if they had Zarya and they had these comps, you can look to like Mind's Point, and then like people who come to touch but like people come to touch point or clear point like should probably die, but like 'cause they had no defensive ultimates, like they had no trans or anything like that. They had no like D.Va bomb, like to clear the mines, and then you can just the same idea with like stacking point. You can stack point, like hide in the corners, like Trace can hide over here, like someone else could even hide over here if you wanted to, or this corner, or wherever, and then you can force point, and then like they're panicking because they see the tick bar, like the progress bar going up, and they're like, oh shit, if I touch, I'm gonna die. And then let's say they do touch, and like they get people on in the corners, then you could EMP people who are on point, stuff like that as well. It's like pretty valuable. But okay, the main thing is when to play each type of ball comp. Okay, so that's the second variant, is the Ashe variant, and then what's the third variant? Anyone know? I mean, there is situational ones as well, other DPS, but what's the third other variant of ball comp? It's pretty common.
The Zarya ball variant. Is that it?
No, not Zarya ball. Anyone else? Anyone got any ideas? Rather, it's like it's a swap of two supports and a DPS.
Is it
You
pharmacy?
just get like you just get like pharmacy honor, then
Mhm.
you go with you go with the pharmacy honor, like either
Mhm.
Sigash or
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Pharmaciana, right, is the third variant, okay? And the thing is as well, right, is like let's say the playstyles, okay? Like, do you know what I mean by the tempo of a comp? Like, you know what I mean by that? Like, just like how fast or slow it's played, basically. Like,
Yeah.
um, um, like okay, against their comp, right? What would you say the tempo is of your comp right now, the Sombra Bull comp? Like in the scenario, assuming everyone was set up in good positions, right? What would you say the tempo is of your comp?
Our
Would you say it's
comp will
fast?
be a bit faster.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you've
Yeah.
shorter team fights and more setup.
I think on attack you always want short team fights.
No, not always. Wait, what? Actually, why do you think that? I'm curious. Why do
Uh,
you think you always need to go fast? Short team
because
fights.
what I've heard
I think
is like if
we
you
would have like lower
die,
sustain than they do.
because if
Mm-hmm.
you the reason I think shorter team fights on attack is because for like time, because if you want to
Yeah.
if you go in and it's like a long team fight and you're either like it's a long fight and it's a losing fight, you're just wasting time.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. No, that is true. That is true. But that's kind of that's okay. That's different to like the idea of tempo in a sense. Like, okay, tempo just means like, okay, for example, right? Imagine you're playing double shield, yeah. Okay, you have like Ash, Hans, or whatever. The tempo of that comp is a slow comp. By default, it wants to play slow. Okay, most of the time because you have a lot of poke, you have a lot of spam. You kind of just like you don't really need to force any plays. You just keep shooting, right? That's kind of what you want to do. You play very slow.
Mm.
That doesn't mean you can't play fast. Like if you have a lot of ults like you have Bob, you have Bongo, you have Flux, whatever. You can play super fast and try and end the fight as fast as possible. Everyone wants to end the fight as fast as they can. But I mean the general speed at which a comp wants to play, right? And it changes, right? It changes. And in this scenario, as you said, it would be quite fast, right? Because they have like their comp, they have more poke than you. So in the long run, okay, the longer you keep just chilling around, the Ash Mercy is going to get more value than your Sombra is, right? Okay, but um, but they also have no brig, okay? And they have literally zero CC outside Ash Coach Gun. They have nothing to stop your Ball Tracer Sombra getting in and getting value on a dive. So you'd want to play fast, right? But has anyone heard of the idea of ebb and flow? Any of you know what that is?
No.
I
If
heard
not,
Natter talk about that, but I'm not
yeah,
watching.
I was gonna link some Nat videos after this actually for you guys just to check out because like Nat is like a pretty good coach as well on stuff that's like any comp related to be honest. But here's a good explanation of this. Ebb and flow is basically the idea, right? I mean, there's two main concepts. Sorry, of it. The first one is with ball comp, right? When you go in, let's say okay, like ball tracer. Sombra have all gone in here, and then divas maybe I don't know. You've pushed up. Let's say that like okay, their dive threats are out, Jezu, and then you went up to here as well, right? You tried to follow up a little bit on the dive, okay, and then everyone collapsed on this, yeah. The idea is okay, once you go for your dive, right, and let's say you go for your hard hit, okay, you go for a kill, yeah. Whether it works, whether it doesn't, the idea of ebb and flow is you get out after that, okay. The second you've used your cooldowns, even if you haven't managed to get a kill, you don't keep sitting around here as ball and shooting or as Sombra, shooting this way or Tracer shooting this way. You use okay, maybe use your ball slam, you use grapple slam, and then your ball E. You shoot a little bit and then you get out, right? Okay, Sombra, you shoot a little bit, you try and go for a hack, you get it, you shoot a little bit, then you transcate out, right? Tracer, you use recall, you get out. Okay, same idea, right? Like with all the heroes, it's like you go in, you go for a hit, doesn't work, does work, whatever, you get out, right? The only times you want to stay in, right, is like when it's cleanup, which is where imagine you went in for this, right? Seafood just before the fight happens. Seafood, you peek here, you hit some crazy right click, and you just fucking one shot Ash, right? Let's just say hypothetically, yeah. And then you slam in, and then you ball tracer Sombra kills Mercy, okay. And then Jezu, you're up here, and then maybe you boost her in and kill someone else, and you've killed 3 people, right? Then it's completely fine to stay in the fight because it's clean up. But unless you're up like at least 2, okay, then you just chill, right? So what you should do is you go in, okay, hard hit, okay. Oh, bro, why the fuck's it gone to highlight? Get me off that. Right, you go in here, okay. Let's say you get a pick, then you get out and stabilize, right? And you want to avoid getting traded. That is like the worst thing you can do in this scenario. Is you go in, you stay too long here, let's say as ball, and then you get yourself killed and you get traded, okay? Like, and as I said, even if you don't get killed, you just want to come out anyway because you'll die eventually. The ball comp doesn't have a lot of sustain. It's a short, bursty comp with this, right? But the reason it gets a bit tricky now, okay, is against this comp, this is how you'd want to play, right? Imagine, okay, now we're playing a ball comp mirror. They have ball comp as well, right? But they have pharmacy, okay, instead of they have pharmacy Ana, right? And we have Sombra, okay. What do you think the tempo would be of our comp then? let's say, okay, we're set up in similar positions to where we are, and then they have like I said, Ball Tracer, Pharmacy, Diva, whatever, Arna. What do you think the tempo of our Ball Tracer Sombra comp would be then?
A lot slower
Okay, why?
because
What do you think?
Setting
That's
up.
to get rid of the pharmacy.
Anna's playing a lot more for Ultia instead.
Um. Okay, I wouldn't look at that. It's slower, but the reason for it is different. Okay, so you know, some idea, right? Yeah. Okay, like in this comp, like the Ash Mercy, like the longer you're sitting around doing nothing, like the Ash is gonna be like hard poking the shit out of you guys and whatever, right? And like that's how they're gonna win. Like she's probably gonna farm Bob, or she might kill someone, she might dynamite, whatever, right? Now imagine, okay, this isn't the best map because no one really plays like Ball Comp Pharmacy on this map, but like Ilios, sorry, not Ilios. What the fuck's the map? Oasis Universities. Like a good example of that. But basically, right, in like a higher level of play, like, it's you guys haven't been up against any ball comp mirror yet, I don't think, or very little. But let's say hypothetically, okay, they had ball comp as well, right? Okay, and let's say you guys ball tracer Sombra go to come through this side, yeah, okay, and then like if they have Ana Mercy, right, yeah, you know, as ball tracer Sombra, if you slam that Ana, she's probably going to die, like every time. Like even if the Diva's with her, right, they would play Diva. Imagine if just Ana Diva on this high ground alone, yeah, and then their ball tracer Sombra's somewhere else. You guys should know, okay, like if you see her free and you guys are all set up, you should instantly be like, oh, we can go on this so fast and she'll die in an instant, okay, right? But their ball tracer, okay, their ball tracer should be aware of this, right? If this is a high level play, they should be like, okay, my Ana's very squishy. She's probably gonna die, okay, if we just leave her, right? She's gonna die to you guys. So what they're gonna try and do, right, or what they'd think to do is, okay, we should match Ball and Tracer, okay? We should match them, okay? We should match them over here or whatever, and not let them get on top of our Ana, right? That's what they'd probably try and do. But like, oh, because Ana's gonna die, yeah? Like that makes logical sense. But the reason why that doesn't work is, okay, let's say hypothetically, right? You guys tried to come through this side, right? And then they matched you, like they were like here or whatever, right? Let me move. Actually, fuck, let me move that. They matched you here, okay? What do you think would happen if all three of you come this side? Whoops. Like if Ball Tracer Sombra come this side, and let's say Zenbrig is hiding in the meantime for the moment. What do you think would happen? Anyone? Like this?
I'm not really sure actually.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone got any ideas?
I have no clue.
No clue. Okay. Right. Think about this, yeah? This is why I say Ball Tracer Sombra should stack early in the beginning, okay? So there's two of them, right? Okay. Yeah. And you come through three of you, okay? Three of you, right? Yeah. What you guys do is you go as a trio unit and you force their Ball Tracer out. And their Ball Tracer lose, right? They're obviously down one, okay? They then have to run, okay? They then have to run and get healing. Let's say they then go here. Ball actually should grab Megas and all of that, like, but Tracer may peek back for healing, or they may peek back to point this way, right? And try and get hers, okay? And then they get forced out. So in their head, every time they go for a trade, okay, they'll lose because you three will be together. And even if you're not, your Zen can peek main and orb you guys, right? He can orb. Let's say he orbs you orb your Tracer, and then you discord their ball. Every time their ball Tracer is going to lose that trade because their ball's discorded, so he's taking a shit ton of damage, and you have an extra person. So in these guys' heads, right, they thought, oh, we're geniuses. We're going to stop them getting on our Ana, right? Then they've just tried to match you guys, and they've lost because you have Harmony Orb and Discord advantage, right? And you have an extra person to help with the marking. This is why, like, I hope this doesn't confuse you guys, but at high level of play, like, marking in ball mirror comps is super important, but it's very situational. Like, when your ball tracer chooses to purposely, like, match their ball tracer, right? But if they try to do that, they'll just get forced out, as I said, okay? So they should be like, oh, fuck, we can't win the long fight, okay? Because otherwise they're going to force us out and eventually kill us, like ball tracer, or they're going to force us out and then they're going to engage in our backline anyway. So what they're going to try and do with their little Pharah comp is they're going to try and use Pharah as a dive character, and they're going to try and dive your Zenbrig and dive your backline and go fast. That's their playstyle, which is why what do you call it? You guys, like, you know, can, like, if you play the long fight, the slow fight, right, you'll win every time because of this is why Zen is so strong, right? Because of Harmony and Discord, and the fact you also have Sombra, so you have a passive advantage from hacks and beating their ball tracer. I hope that's not too confusing to you guys, but like that's basically like why the speed of your comp changes depending on what they're playing. So in this scenario, like you said, you should go very fast. But if you're playing against Farah comp, you can afford to play quite slow. Like you don't have to play fast at all. They have to play fast. Like you can chill and take your time. You're not worrying. You're chilling. Like this is where it gets quite situational. But does everyone get that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but just gotta
Yeah.
all apply it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not confusing for anyone, right? Is it?
That makes
Because
sense.
then I'm gonna go on to the next idea. Okay. So and then with this, right? Here's where I want to get you guys to like figure out when you play what into certain comps. Okay. So let's say hypothetically we're playing bull comp, right? Okay, what variation of bull comp would you want to play into like? Okay, let me think. A good example here. What's usually played on this map?
Double bubble.
Double shield.
Yeah, double shield, double bubble. I'd say is pretty quite common, right? Okay, let's say they're playing double shield, right? They're playing double shield. Trying to think of DPS. Ashe is usually pretty common. Let's say they play full on double shield, like Ashe, Hanzo. Okay, Bat. Let's say they play Bat Mercy. They play a bit of a greedy double shield comp, right? What variation of bull comp do you think you'd want to play if they're
Not
playing double
Farah.
shield? Okay, why not Farah?
Because that's a lot of poke, and they can not snipe, but like it's a lot of damage for a Farah to avoid.
To take? Yeah. Okay, right. Okay, then what else would then what would be the best comp? Anyone ideas? What do you think would be best? Like you could do more than one and it'd still work, but what would in theory probably be the best comp against that? If they're playing double shield, Bat
Probably would
Mercy, Hanzo
go
Ashe.
for like this.
Go on, try out some ideas. Fine, even if you're wrong.
I think some.
Just want to hear the thought process. Sombra. Okay, anyone else? Anyone got any ideas?
Bubble is really good against double shield. To be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
double bubble is super good, but just theoretically here, I'm just gonna talk about bull comp in a minute. For now, just assuming, imagine you're a bull one trick team, didn't play any other comps. What would be your likely DPS that you'd play, or like your comp or whatever?
I think Sombra.
So
Probably would play like with Sombra, Tracer, and like.
Just because Ashe,
Just thinking.
like you're not gonna outpoke them on Ashe, and Farah's gonna take too much damage, but Sombra can kind of avoid.
I think
the
Ashe
damage.
would
It's
struggle
actually
again.
set up.
Yeah,
Ashe would
okay.
struggle against double shield.
Yeah.
That is literally perfect. That's literally it. Like this is what I'm saying. By mid thingy adaptions, like mid scrim adaptions or mid map adaptions. Like if you guys just think, this is why I was said before. Just think about what your team comp gives. Like every single pick. What does every single one of your picks give, and what does every single one of their picks give? Like because if you break down the game like this, you can usually always figure out what do you need to beat their comp. Like, so you look at this, right? Yeah, let's for example, like I would say they decided to choose Mercy over Brig. Well, what does that mean? That means they are way more vulnerable to flankers and divers. Why? Because they have no, like Brig can whip away the monkey or whip away the bull, whip away the tracer, shield bash the tracer. She can even pack her Ana like to avoid her Ana getting one shot, whereas Mercy can't do that. Okay, they're playing monkey instead of, let's say, Orisa. What does that mean? Oh, well, that means they're playing. They're not bunkering up as much, but they have more dive threat on our backline, and they're probably going to play. They're probably going to play kind of slow to farm nano, right? That's kind of what they want to do. Like stuff like this. Once you start thinking about it, then you can start thinking, okay, well, what's going to beat their comp? Right? They have Ashe. Okay, they have a bit of poke, right? But they also have the dive. Okay, so the monkey and Tracer want to go in together. The Ashe and Mercy want to play slow, and they have Ana. They're probably going to play a very slow playstyle most of the time, right? They're going to look to maybe like monkey and Tracer go in together, maybe get dynamite on that, or if not, they're just going to wait, farm nano, and go in with nano monkey and Tracer, right? That's kind of what you should think. And the same with the double shield idea, right? Sombra is 100% the move. Why? Because they have Bat Mercy, right? Okay, which is a pretty squishy backline. It's not the squishiest, but like it's quite easy to dive. And Hanzo Ashe, also pretty easy to one shot. If you get a good engage on ball on wherever they are, like let's say they play like this high ground or I don't know wherever they'd be, like, or even if the Hanzo's playing up here, he's greeting like by himself. Like you could literally slam in if your Zen's able to get Discord. Even without Discord, you can honestly one shot him. Like let's say your Zen's hiding for a second main, and then you just go, oh, I'm gonna force Hanzo back for a second, right? Let's say the Hanzo's here, right, or the Ashe with the Mercy pocket whatever's here, and you just want to like give your backline some space. You may like soft, like what I mean by soft dive is where like you're not really aiming for the kill, you're just aiming to like scare them to run away. So you like shoot, like you slam them, your Zen quickly peeks for a Discord, maybe goes for a quick left click, and then your Tracer maybe follows up from this window with the Sombra or whatever, and you quickly shoot her just to force her to drop down here or whatever, right? Then your backline goes, okay, we can walk up, blah 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 blah, and you go wherever you want, okay? But with the whole variations thing, right? As I said, the speed at which you want to play your comp is going to change based on what they have. So that gets a bit like, I don't know, hazy. But I think we have a pretty good understanding now of like at least what DPS with bull comp we'd play into each. But yeah, I'd 100% agree. Double bubble is like just easier into Orisa comp, to be honest, because like, you know, you just farm nano, you do the slow play style. Like they're playing for poke anyway, so they're gonna poke the shit out of your monkey. Then once you get your nano, then you just jump in and you just force them off high ground. Like that's like all you need to do really. But I'm trying to think. Is there any things in bull comp you think you'd struggle into or you would find hard to play? And I can talk about that and what would be a good pick for that. Like web
I
builds.
would also struggle a little against like Orisa, Diva, Torb Kree.
Okay. Wait, did we play that? Did we play against that? I think we did, right?
we
Hollywood. Oh,
yeah,
no,
they did.
no.
They played Orisa Diva in Hollywood.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna grab. Let's have a look at Hollywood. This is a good one
We
to talk
just
about.
we just struggle quite a lot against that one. Like
Like this. I think we actually played double bubble here. Yeah, even though this isn't bullcom related, I'm going to talk about this because I think it's actually quite important. Okay, you know, by the way, right? Yeah, I mentioned it yesterday, but you know, I said, okay, the second, you know, I said the scouting idea, this is the same on any comp, by the way, no matter what you're playing, right? The only one where it gets, like, even in Brawl, by the way, yeah, your Diva usually does the scouting. Your Diva flies up a little further and then scouts, right?
I did that
even in
one.
Brawl.
I did that later in Volskaya, and it's
Yeah,
the only thing.
and that is good. Like if you're doing that, that's huge. That's like the main first step. So you see, like, I don't know if any of you guys like watch a lot of OWL, but even in OWL, like teams used to do so often, they'd actually start Sombra on DPS. Their Sombra would have a Transcater in spawn. She'd literally just run up, out spawn, invis, see what they have, tell her team, and then they'd literally all go back in spawn and swap to just counter pick exactly what the other team has. Like that's what some OWL teams used to do, and it was quite common, right? But like okay, here, right? Why did I tell you guys to not play Tracer into this? Like, you know, based on the idea of okay, what they have and what you have. Why do you think Tracer's just bad into this?
Cassidy, Tor, Brig. This
Yeah.
done.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay, but what about those picks actually fucks your Tracer? Okay, like why does Casti, Torb, and Brig actually make it hard for your Tracer?
Torb
The top
turret.
turret
Yeah.
constantly just marks Tracer. Cast makes it hard to
100%.
engage unless you bait out Flash and then break.
Yeah, Brig's the same as
Yeah,
Cass.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay. So look, we're all thinking about the game here, like smartly, right? We're just looking at their picks. Okay, what do they do, right? And then Why did I say Ash over Tracer? What does Ash do that Tracer can't? Or what does Ash give you here? This
Ash can
comp.
kind of just take care of her because, like, right now the only two characters that can sort of take care of her are either the Ana or the Soldier.
I don't know about that. Okay, so like, okay, if you had this comp right and you had the trace for the Echo, right? I said this before. Echo's job is to basically fly up and just put all right click, like sticky the turret and just get rid of the turret, right? Because Echo can destroy turret really well. Like Echo's pretty good into Torb as well because she has a lot of spam, good range, verticality, and she can break turret very easily. So Echo can deal with that as well. But what is Ash good at in particular against like, you know, bunker comps or these double shield comps or whatever, or when they play
Angle?
this?
Bad Dynamites.
Okay, both, literally both, right? You can get a good angle. Okay, on this point, on first point, right, it's harder because like, I mean, you can't go left side, like you're gonna die. Like all you could maybe do is go bottom right, like that's not that bad. But even then, you'd have to you have to be careful because the Mercy is probably gonna play with your Echo. So if you come here, you gotta be careful. Diva's probably gonna try and fly and soft contest you. She's probably gonna try and deal with you here, force you out. But yeah, okay, angle and dynamite. Like you can literally just dynamite pop over the shields every time. Like if you just wait, like your Ash waits where Diva's defense matrix is gone, you can just spam and throw like your stuff over the shield. And since they have Orisa Diva, right, they only have one shield, so their shield's gonna break quite fast, right? And based on the idea I just explained Volsky about Monkey at the end, why is Monkey and Ana and shit good into this? Or Zarya as well? Like, why is Double Bubble good into this, like, as a start?
They're all grouped up, so
Yeah.
just play for Nano.
He's got really big cleave, and Breck can't really whip you away.
Okay,
Your
perfect.
Flash doesn't work because of Bull, and then Ana can look for nades.
Okay, so you know, JP, you said play for Nano, right? What does Nano give you? Okay, like so yeah. Let's say you play for Nano, but what does Nano actually allow you to do, or why is Nano actually so important, like into this comp, or what about Nano makes it good in particular? Like, let's say you okay, right? You're seeing here you got Nano. Then what does that give you there?
Well, you can. Well, you know how you take a reduced damage and everything. You can force them off high ground.
Yeah, but this is literally, as I said, this is the sole reason, like, why Double Bubble is so good is okay. So yeah, as you know, Jezzy, you know, the guy was saying yesterday, and you like explained to me like a 5-year-old child. But yeah, literally the sole reason fucking Zarya is good is you just bubble your monkey so he doesn't get whipped by Brig or flashed by Kree, and then once he's in there, like he's got Nano, and then ideally in this scenario you'd have your like Echo, like I mean your Echo can actually play all over the place to be honest, because she can get behind like. You can go under here if you wanted, but playing over the rooftops is quite common. And then your Ash can even come under here. And when you jump, right? Okay, if your Ash is under here and shooting, like, there, and if you look for a nade at the same time, right? They are literally like 90% of the time forced to drop high ground instantly, right? And you force a shit ton of cooldowns. McCree will probably try and flash you, Brig will try and brash you or whip you, Bap will lamp, Torb will probably use his E, Orisa will probably pop gold. They will literally use so much cooldowns on your monkey. Your DPS are free to do whatever they want, right? Let's say you have Ash here, okay, and then they drop high ground, they start kiting, then they're kiting into your Ash LOS and your Echo spam, who's up here, right? Like all of that, and every time you do this, yeah, let's say you farm down, you jump high ground. Now you've cleared out. You know, I said the idea of okay, you clear out the monkeys, your backline can walk. If you clear out this, yeah, okay, like, and they all drop to point, that gives all of this space now to your team. This is all yours. You're basically like. Don't any of you guys play any CS:GO or like Valorant or whatever? Like I don't really play much of those, but it's basically like clearing out angles in games like that. Like you know, like you check all your like angles or whatever. Like this is the same idea in the sense that you can like clear all of this space by forcing them off high ground, and then you can claim it to do whatever you want with. And once you get this, then you have way more options with your angles, right? Then your Ash can even come all the way around here, or your Echo can do that. Like, or your Ash can play high ground. Yeah, I said your Echo can come around here. Your monkey can, you know, whatever, like just farm Nano again if you want, or you probably just kill stuff. To be honest, once you get them off high ground, you kill stuff, and that's literally what we do. I think. Play this out.
We played for Nano.
Yeah. Yeah, but against this comp, I would honestly play for Nano. But I would be. This is the reason I said to the guy, like, Ash is better than Soldier because it's like all Soldier does here is shoot shields. Like you can break the shield, but you can't get around the shield. Like yeah, you have the legs and you can run, but like you're not going to be flanking behind them at this point anyway. Like Ash is better to dynamite pop, and also you know the idea about forcing point. If you get Bob, you can just Bob point, and then it forces somebody to drop. Like someone to drop, whether it's Orisa, like whether it's Diva, someone's gonna drop because otherwise you're just gonna give free charge. Okay, so we jump here. Okay, look at that. See, I said okay, it's gonna force cooldowns, right? Like I mean, you've already killed Bap. The Orisa's popped gold. Brig has tried to whip you. Like I don't know if Kratos tried to flash. I'm not 100% sure. But like, look how many cooldowns you forced. And you honestly, your Echo isn't even set up for this. Like your Echo should be like up in the air ready right now, or like whatever ready for this. But like your Echo's not even ready for this, and you still get value. You chill here, you chill here. Okay, they greed and refuse to drop, and then you just kill two people. Like, uh, I don't know. This is like, yeah, kind of weird from them. But like, you've just played this fine. Like, farming Nano is like a fine playstyle here. You know, one thing you can do as well, by the way, on Zarya, like Jezu, like you've got to be a bit careful because it's situational when you do it. Like, but like it's harder to do on this map. I'll be honest, to be fair. Like, but like Temple of Anubis is a map where it's better on, and we I feel like sometimes we play Temple of Anubis a bit weirdly. But basically you can actually, you know, I said the triangle idea. Like this isn't a good example because it doesn't work very well on this map. But okay, like as I said, Temple of Anubis works better. But let's say for example you have Nano, right? Your monkey's farming Nano here. Okay, what you can actually try and do is get your monkey to jump in, right? Like as you're rotating your backline, right? Like I said, this it wouldn't work to be honest on this map. But on another map, like Temple of Anubis, it 100% is where you get to like a pinch and you create like a triangle thing again, where actually I probably need to bust out Anubis to show you guys properly. But you basically have like position of your backline here, let's say, like, and this is more when you have like a tracer, right? Let's say they have double shield without whatever, like, or you have a flanker, and then your other flanker comes from like, you know, behind, right? It would come like up the stairs this way, right? And then your whatever flanker would be this way, and you create like another triangle thing here, and as your monkey jumps in, right? Like imagine you're at these stairs. Like I said, it wouldn't work here because they'd spam you out in the meantime. But you like you basically brawl them as your monkey's jumping in, and your monkey creates a pinch. So you guys walk as backline this way as your monkey's coming from main, and then you collapse on them. Like the reason why it works on Temple of Anubis and not really on this point is because on Temple of Anubis there's like cover, all of this bit's in
Yeah.
cover, so you can walk left, right? And what you do is you stand by the doorway. You know your monkey, like you guys have this playstyle, okay? And it's like it's fine, it's like the standard playstyle. But if you want to play it better, you have this playstyle where you just sit main and just farm nano, right? And on this actual map, as I said, it's like fine. You even then you can still actually do the walkthrough playstyle, but what you actually do, your monkey has to be really, really careful, like really careful, because it's super easy to feed. Is like where you like soft jump in and then like insta drop. But what you do is on Temple of Anubis is imagine this is the doorway, right? On Temple of Anubis, you know the little like bit
The
where
left side.
yeah, the left side exactly. Your monkey plays from main, right? Okay, your backline walks up like just not showing themselves, but almost to the. Imagine this is the other doorway bit, right? Almost here. You bubble him as he jumps. You guys walk through this way, right? Okay, and like and then you rotate first time, he gets bubble charge, whatever, and then on your second bubble, you guys, okay, said you're like hiding, whatever, then as he jumps from main, like he hides, tries to avoid taking damage this way, okay, then he jumps in as you guys walk in as well, like to brawl. So they're looking at you, they're like, oh, what the fuck, this Zarya and whatever. This is why Brig as well is good, because Brig's a better brawler as well than like Mercy, whatever. Like they're like, what the fuck, these guys are walking here, and then they get jumped by Monkey at the left hand side, and you bubble him just as he like is about to land. Like it's like good to like kind of like one shot stuff, but on
Yeah.
this map it's not
That
like
the
this.
Cassie was out of position, which is why I went left side.
Oh yeah, like 100%, that's fine. And how did we play? Well, one of the points we got a little stuck on, I think it was second, right? I think it was second, we struggled with a little bit. Okay, see there when you soft dive like that, JP, that's completely fine. That's the idea I meant on like Temple of Anubis, where you like just soft jump in, just don't feed, like, but you like take some damage, just don't die basically. And then if you had your team set up, then is when you could like walk in as well. But you have Primal. Okay, by the way, this is just like this is do you really gain much out of this? Like, and no one can really follow up. Like you're pushing these guys back, but they already dropped the high ground anyway. Like you could just let them chill, wait until your team's ready to go. This is the idea of the brawling thing, right? Like you're all playing main, it's fine, it's chill, whatever. Like, but once you farm nano, which you don't have nano right now, then said you could do the idea where you come up here, your monkey hides underneath, right? And then he jumps up this way as you guys like come up the fucking elevator or whatever. Usually you actually kind of need your monkey to jump a little bit earlier to like distract their attention in these scenarios where because if you guys try and go like this, right, and you walk out, then they're just gonna all spam you and like you're just gonna get fucked. So usually you kind of wait for your monkey to go for a second and then you guys go. But the way you're playing it is like fine, like it usually works. But you can also brawl a little bit, like get your Zarya a bit more involved. It's harder on certain maps, like on Hollywood, as I said, it's like quite hard because of the high grounds.
The cover.
This is like Dorado as well. Dorado, you could do the same thing. Okay, yeah, like this. You guys said you struggled against this. Like, what are you actually struggling on? Because I feel like you guys played this completely fine. Like, there wasn't really any issues here. Okay, that nano bow was like hella questionable. Like, yeah. And I don't know why soldiers hit either. Like in this scenario, like and they're here, like you guys are getting free payload progress anyway. You could just chill. You don't really need to force a play right now. You're probably trying to collapse on this and finish off this, but even then, like, okay, hold on. How do we even end up here? Because we kill them all here. Our soldier goes up. Oh, he has pulled off. Wait. Okay. What is going on? Okay. Okay. If we want to go on this anyway, by the way, JP1, I just jump on this high ground and then you just drop on them. And by the time you drop, you zap for a little bit, you have your jump back up anyway to jump out rather than jumping in. If you need to, but you're gonna get nano. You got nanoed anyways, I guess. It's like whatever. But yeah, this in general is a bit of a weird play. Do you kill anything? Okay, you kill that. Okay, meat kind of fed a little bit there. And even there, this is fine. Like so far, what you're doing is like, yeah, it's like chilling. Like you play like this on UGC, you'll be winning. I mean. Okay, well, they've used a ton of ults here, so you're gonna lose that anyway. Like, yeah, what did anyone actually struggle with on this map though? Because I genuinely think you played fine at this. I think you won this map, right?
We got to the end. I think they time diffed us.
Yeah, we lost defense basically.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go to defense actually, because I think we didn't do too bad on attack. Like we full capped. I think we struggle into six man. Is that not a bigger problem? I think we really struggled.
Yeah, I think defense is weaker.
Okay, let's go to defense here. Okay, I think I think us figuring out how to play against six man is actually a bigger problem than this comp. I think we did fine. Let's go here. Okay.
I think defense. I died first against six man because I didn't expect them to swing wide and rotate into room.
Mhm. Okay.
But here I called for break to play. Yeah. So here, yeah, we're running Ash. So I called for
Yeah.
break to play with Ash for protection, and I played in the room over there, like bottom left. So the idea
Okay.
was that we spam him out
Oh
and
yeah.
choke, and in order to for them to get to me, they would have to like purposely peek the Ash and like a monkey and Zar, and they'd have to go
Yeah.
through all of them to get through me. But
Okay.
I think we
Nice.
realized that they were gonna jump
Yeah.
on Ana, and we just like thought we were gonna kill them as they jumped on Ana,
yeah,
but
like
they
Mhm.
just
I
jumped
thought
on
we would
Ana and
get,
she died.
I thought
Okay.
we would get them like before they make the rotation. Like that
Yeah.
was
Okay,
the
that's
idea.
okay. I like the idea. Yeah, see, here, you know what I was talking about? Like, okay, you want to basically bait them out into open space. Like, this idea here is super good, right, for what you want to do. But the reason why it hasn't worked, and I'm not even exactly sure where they come from, whether they come from main or they come from main, you should really have killed someone here. But they can just come from this doorway, and the distance for them to cover from here to get on top of you is like literally nothing. Like,
No,
so
I
even though
thought
you
like
think
like I
they come
thought
from
we
main,
got because I thought they come from main because we're guarding security with Monkey and Zara, so that
they come
forces
from
them to
this
come
way.
from main. Yeah, they do come from main. So
Yeah. As soon as they see the Ana, though, they're like really. I feel like they were really fast.
yeah, I didn't expect them to push that because I thought we had that.
Okay, wait. Okay, Jazu, why are you going over here?
Just to hold the high ground. I didn't want to get stuck on. I didn't want to get stuck between their team and our team.
I mean, this is why I was gonna say to you guys like before, like I'm gonna be honest, double bubble is really not great into 6 man. This is the reason I want to talk about ball comp before, because ball comp can actually roll 6 man, but like I'm not gonna lie, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Like it's not like the easiest comp to beat it on, to be honest, but like it's pretty consistent. Like once you figure out how to do it, or like you learn how to do it, it's pretty easy. But I feel like we wouldn't feel comfortable starting ball comp on this map, to be honest. I don't know. Like, would you guys ever play ball comp on defense on this map? Because like as I said, it's much harder to play ball comp on defense than on attack. Because on defense, like, if you hit the wrong time, so you let them rotate for free, you just give all of like your point space and whatever, or and they just take spaces for free. Like, like this is one of those scenarios. You know, we're talking about like adapting and stuff. Like, I literally was like, oh, they're just gonna play 6 man for like the 9th time in a row. Like, they kept playing anti-dive on attack and 6 man on, anti-dive on defense and 6 man on attack, and we just did not know what to do about it. Like, this is another thing, right? If you knew they're gonna play 6 man, I'd just swap to D.Va rather than Zarya, because you know I said they want to rush down someone, right?
Mm.
If like what I would have actually said, Seafood, is would have been a better place to play. Actually, would have been playing even further back, like play up here if you know you're gonna play 6 man, right? Why? Because you can heal your monkey from up here, right? And how on earth are they gonna get on you, right? Imagine they come main, they see you up here. How the fuck do they get up here, like without dying? Like how do they get up here? The only way they can maybe do that is they come this way, right? But you have a shit ton of time to react. If your team calls, oh, they're rotating left, then you obviously just run. Then you like get away from here. But even then, they have to get from here up on top of you, right? Which is still a massive distance. But this is the reason why Zarya isn't very good into 6 man, because Zarya is just another target they can run down, right? If these guys get on top of you, how are you surviving? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you have your own bubble, but other than that, you have no mobility. There's at least D.Va, right? Imagine you're chilling up here as D.Va, yeah, you're scouting, you're like, oh, okay, 6 man, right, whatever. Just imagine they saw your Ana there, they're like, okay. They tried to dive you as D.Va, you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? And you just fly away. Like, they
Yeah.
can't really do anything. Whereas
And
on Zarya, they just jump on you and you die.
yeah, and because as we said earlier, the Czar is there to stop them from stunning, and if they're on 6 man, that's not really their goal.
Yeah, like as well, like so yeah. One thing is like they don't even have a brig anyway, but like usually, okay. So when you play Zarya, Zarya's like she's played slow. You want to get energy, and then once you have energy, you want to like walk in and like brawl people, right? You want to just like laser them down. You want to get close range, but before that, you want to play slow and play for energy. So you know when you're playing here, right? Yeah, you're playing attack. You when your monkey jumps, right? You bubble him, or even if he's just chilling here, right? And you guys farming nano, right? He's just peeking out, take some damage. You're just bubbling him every now and again just to get some ult charge, right? Sorry, getting some
Charge.
energy. And yeah. And you're just like playing slow, right? You're chilling, okay? And then when he jumps in, you bubble him so he doesn't get whipped away by the brig, okay? Like you're waiting for like their goal is to just AFK. They're literally just sitting here bunkered up, right? But this comp is not a bunker comp. They're literally permanently moving. They're looking to go towards you. They're not sitting still. So there is like Zarya, like I said, play slow, get charge. You don't have time to play slow and get charge. Like you're just gonna get rushed on and die. Or if they don't rush on you, they're gonna rush on someone else. Like obviously they rush on Seafood here. But even hold on. But then when you play back here, you only play back here, right? Okay. You just give them like a free angle to just run on your Ana. Like even if you were gonna play Zarya, right, and you wanted to play as like you'd want to stack on top of your Ana, use you and Ana as bait, right? Like I'd play you by the doorway here, and then your Ana can pocket you from in here if you wanted, right? And you try and hold this as much as you can, and then let's say they walk on you, right? I mean the Reaper's actually quite smart here. Like, JP, when he came on you here, this is actually pretty good. Like, what I expected them to do was to rush on you guys, and then JP, you could actually jump and pinch them from behind with a bubble to try and, like, and then your Ash is spamming, obviously, in the meanwhile, right? And you try and, like, hold this door if you can. Even then, that's, like, you're kind of letting them get inside a little bit quite easily. Like, it would have been better to have your Ana just not even... You don't really want to use your Ana as bait if she can afford, like, to get further away, like, up here. So, that's kind of why you lose first, right? Like...
Yeah. I kind of knew they were going to go on her. I just figured when they went on her, we would have a pretty big advantage that we could use to help our Ana.
Yeah, okay. Like, so wait, I want to see what happens on second point, because yeah, first point you literally just lose this because you lose Ana. It's like whatever. Like, let's see. Okay, Seafood. This is what I was talking about, by the way. One, I'm not a big fan of playing Mercy here. Like even though Brig doesn't get a ton of value in the sense that like she's not like she all she's there for is to keep your Ana alive a little longer and sustain the dive a little longer. You're expecting your backline to die, to be honest, at some point. But like if you are gonna play Mercy, there is Seafood. There is no reason for you to be here. You should be literally like back here. I said this yesterday, but like. Okay, what is the playstyle you guys are having against six man? Because I feel like it's like a playstyle mindset. Like, what are you guys trying to do? Because the idea on first point was actually pretty good. Like, at least like you kind of had the right idea. But what did you have for second point, or what is the playstyle you guys have? I'm curious.
I wasn't there, but I assume that we're trying to like look for a way to counter dive them since we have. Oh wait, we're on double bubble. Actually, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure.
Anyone else? Ideas? JP, Seafood? Jezzy's been talking a lot. Any of you guys got any ideas?
Thanks.
I have no clue, honestly.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
Okay. If we ignore this comp, then let's say we forget that we were playing this comp. We're playing double bubble. Ignore that, right? Okay. What comp do you think would be good in six man then? Bar mirror, obviously.
Ball, honestly.
Okay.
Oh, rock them, honestly.
Anyone else got any comp ideas? Because if we're down for the idea of ball, I could explain for us how to play ball comp into six man quickly, if that would help. But anyone got any ideas for any other comps?
I think ball comp is good, but brawl would also be very solid.
Okay. Brawl is a super good option, actually, by the way, because six man can beat Brawl, but they have to be so much better than you to beat you at it. Like basically, what they have to do is they have to engage on you with Lucio speed, force your Baptiste lamp, and then jump out and use all their movement cooldowns out rather than in, which they're not used to doing. And then once you've used lamp, they wait out your lamp, they wait for their cooldowns, and then they go back in again and kill you. But teams just aren't good enough for that. Like what they'll do is they'll probably just int on you and die. Like Brawl's a pretty solid option, to be honest. Like. That's not bad. I actually like that, to be honest. I didn't think of that. Yeah, Brawl's chilling actually. And then Ball's also another good one.
Brawl seems more consistent against six man. Six man seems like an inconsistent comp, so Brawl would be a good idea.
Yeah, it's like hold on. Wait, I don't think we have any ball. I don't think we played any ball comp into 6-man. Do you guys mind if I show you a VOD from one of my scrims earlier about ball comp into 6-man? Not even that it's a perfect example, but to explain what I want to explain. Because we play a lot of ball comp into 6-man. Wait, hold on. Let me quickly. I'm gonna close the screen share for 1 second. I want to quickly see where the VOD code is. Be leaking the chat,
Oh shit.
team chat things. Wait, hold on.
It's being recorded.
I'll just do
too.
it for like another 10, 15, and then I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I'm stay for another 10 minutes or so, then I gotta go.
Right, real quick. Where is Ilios? Come on, there's an Ilios VOD somewhere. Ilios 86WWJQ.
Oh, it's been leaked. I'm recording this
I-
too. You're done.
Damn, I'm gonna get
Cancelled.
cancelled right here.
Oh, yeah.
A6WWJQ. A6WWJQ. Okay, right, we got it. Wait, it already exists? Oh, it's already here. I'm trolling. Okay, never mind. I did not need.
Yeah, you were screaming today, right? I saw you.
Yeah. I was gonna say I saw you come online when I was in the middle of the scrim. We actually got fucked today. We got rolled. And we were kind of trolling.
Feels bad, man.
Right, do we even win this? I don't know. Yes. Okay, wait. Okay, they actually play 6-man on this map, which is super weird. But do you guys ever come across 6-man on this map? I honestly can't remember. I think you played against it like once or twice. But I don't think you play against it that
Yeah.
often.
Run into it more in Well than in
Yeah,
this map.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm probably gonna go for well and thingy then. I'll ignore this one. Like, and it's the same playstyle every single time. Like, we were absolutely rolling this team, but no, next map. It's like here, right? Right. Okay. Wait, do you run into it on Ruins or not really? Ruins is pretty common 6-man map as well.
I don't remember us playing against 6-man.
They were trolling on Ilias on our last thing.
Yeah. I think because they didn't play any ball when they just only played ball at the end. Oh, I'll go over it on Ruins, but it's the same idea on well as well.
I think
Maybe
we
I'll get
did
time to do
Ryan
both and we'll
Monkey
speed run.
on Ruins.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about ball combat. Okay, right. I'm gonna start with the main things. Okay, right. We like. Okay, so just for this map in
He's so
particular.
far
Okay.
up.
Right. Okay. So he actually jumped to claim the space because what he was trying to do is zone our Sombra off Mega, so they get hack on Mega. Because I TP'd us out spawn and they didn't TP. They just Lucio speed, like used Lucio speed. So our Sombra could have actually got Mega, but she had to back up because Monkey jumped. That's what he was trying to do. But okay, right. So imagine we're playing ball comp. Most of the time, the two main picks I would play is Sombra and Echo. On this map, I play Sombra. If it's like, let's say Busan downtown, I'd play Echo. Like Sombra, Echo is the two good picks, and then Tracers and Brig, Diva, Ball, whatever. Diva both times, right? Okay, what do you think the playstyle is? Ball comp versus 6-man. Anyone find me some quick ideas? Because I want to, roll through this a little bit.
You quickly mentioned this last time, but we bait them onto our backline and
Okay.
kill them there.
Yeah. Okay. On this map, where do you think backline should be positioned before I play it out? Before you see where we position, like we're still kind of
Left
moving around
side.
there. Whereabouts? Whereabouts left side?
Like fall off Mega.
Here, or you mean?
Like left
Oh,
side
no,
on
no,
your
not
guys.
inside. Like
Oh,
And
here.
closer to the open. Yeah.
Here. Okay. Anyone else got any ideas?
I think
JP, Jesse.
starting. Yeah, you could also have like the fall left Mega over like closer to where you were time. The Mega on that side.
Oh. Here.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, and just play
Okay.
the room, maybe.
Okay. Right. Okay. Right. JP, I'm curious. Why do you say play in the room? What do you think
Like,
playing in the room?
you're talking about like where we set up, right?
Yeah. Where the
Right,
backline should play. Where the backline should play.
Just so the
Okay.
backline's not that vulnerable.
Okay. See, this is the one comp that's counterintuitive. Okay. Right. Literally, almost every other comp, if your backline's kiting, right, they're running away or whatever, they want to play inside, or they're playing against any other comp. Like, if your backline's playing against bull comp, most of the time, like, you want to have your backline inside a room. Because it makes it hard for their ball to engage, right? Hard for their monkey to engage, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Usually, okay? But 6-man is the one comp where you want to play it differently. Like, against 6-man is where you want to play it differently. You want to actually play it out in the open as best you can, right? And why do you think that is, okay? And then if not, I'll tell you. Why do you think you don't want to play inside and you want to play out in the open?
This is probably wrong. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
that's
it
fine.
anyway.
That's fine.
So,
Yeah.
so it'll be harder for them to focus one target because you can spread out more. But that's
Like
wrong.
ball
That i-
performs better in the open than Monkey does. Like Monkey in a small room is just free damage. Same with Reaper, Diva, and it's harder to interrupt Sombra hacks in a smaller room. I feel.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Right. Another reason is okay. Imagine you're playing ball, right? Obviously, this is my ball player here. Like JP, Josh. Imagine this is you two. Okay. Imagine your backline's in here, right? Yeah. What do they want to do? They want to rush your backline. Imagine, okay, they all come out this way. They see your backline in here. They use all their movement cooldowns in here. What can you do as ball if they're in here?
Yeah, I can't counter boop actually.
You can't do anything, right? You can't do shit. Okay, I'm on Tracer, right? Imagine I'm a Tracer, yeah. And imagine I usually roll out like somewhere this side, or I usually come like actually around here, see what they're doing, see what's up. Then imagine I blink to here, right? And then I'm shooting them in the back. I'm not doing a whole lot either, right? And I'm in very close proximity of their Reaper and stuff like that, right? You want to play the distance. Look at their comp. Okay, you know I said look at their picks. How much range do these guys have? Fuck me. Whoops. How much range do these guys have? Like
Lucio
like
has the
like
most
left click
range.
range, left click. Huh?
No,
Lucio has the
that's
most range on their team.
Yeah, exactly. They have fucking no range, but what do they have to compensate for their range?
Their mobility.
Movement, yeah.
Exactly, right? They all have good movement, yeah, okay? But what does that mean? Once they use their movement abilities, they are useless unless they're on top of you, okay? So why would you want to play inside, right, when they want to get on top of your backline, okay? And if they get on top of your backline inside in a closed space, that's their perfect damage range, right? Because they're all close range, and you guys can't help them, right? And it's literally triple, like there's 3 ways it's bad. They can get on top of your backline easy. They do more damage in close spaces, right? Because it's close quarters, and they can hide and stabilize to wait for their cooldowns again before coming back out. So there's 3 reasons why it's bad. Okay, what you want to look to do in their comp, as Jesse, as you said before, you said, you briefly mentioned this before, is you want to use your backline as bait, just knowing they're gonna want to go on your backline, right? I'm gonna play this out, and I'm gonna explain, and I'll show you where my backline plays. Okay, we play here. Why do we play here? Why do we play on this high ground? Okay,
Is
what is good about this?
You have cover.
like all of them gonna use, well, apart from Lucio, and I guess. Yeah, Lucio's like the only one who can get up there without using movement abilities.
Yeah.
I think
Perfect.
Reaper's the only one that can get up there. I'm gonna be honest.
And
Huh?
the Brig can boop like one of them down too.
Yeah, exactly. For them to get up on my backline, right? Imagine you're my Zen, you're my Brig, right? Okay, like yeah, you're looking at these guys, right? There's 2 things. One, Zen has sight lines on literally almost everyone right here. Okay, they have to hide behind cover to avoid getting spammed by Zen. What does that mean? He can get discords on anyone he wants here, right? Like this tree's kind of blocking a bit, but I think he can actually discord through the tree. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, he can see all of them. He has decently long sight lines, considering this map is quite like, it's hard to get good sight lines. There's fucking cover everywhere, right? And as you said, 100%, he's used movement cooldowns to get on top of my backline, right? Monkey, Reaper, Diva, Moira, all of them, yeah? And in that time, that's the window where we can kill, right? But if we wanted to play even better, okay, that's like, but then my backline's probably going to die. How could we play even better, knowing that they have low range, okay, but high mobility? How could we play even better if I wanted to keep my backline alive, right? What would I do? Or like, what would my team do? And then we'll play it out. Actually, I'll play it out whilst.
So
think about it.
how do you know they were in 6? Did you just scout that they were in 6-man and then went up there because of that?
No, we basically what we do is
Or did you
we have a
just scout?
default, right? So I said okay, you come out and you do like whatever, and then you scout and then you see. Basically, every single time we play this map, I come out as Symmetra, right? I TP onto this exact rock, okay? My backline walks up here, they climb up here, and they sit up here. 6-man is the most common comp on this map played in like high reload, right? The 2 comps that you ever see on this map is 6-man and ball comp in high elo, right? That is literally it, okay? And what we do is we start here assuming they're gonna be on 6-man, right? And then if they're not, they're on ball comp, then my backline walks up to like here. Because then they can play more aggressive, because they're not going to get one shot as fast. And they walk up. But here's like a default to be safe. And then after like we're scouting and we say, oh no, it's ball comp, then they'll instantly drop high ground and walk. Or if we scout early enough and my ball gets like a good grapple or whatever, and we get through fast enough, then my backline won't even come up here. They'll just actually just go straight this way if they have ball comp. But this is like a default because teams usually play 6-man. But okay, look at how we play this right now, right? We know they want to get onto us, and we've explained the brief play style. 1, look at the angles we're coming from, by the way. I have come, instead of coming fucking main, what's the point? I'm going to face tank everyone's damage. I've come from an angle around this way, right? And who am I pressuring? Okay, there's 2 people you want to shoot against 6-man, right? Who is it? Who do you want to shoot in this comp?
Monkey and Moira.
Any suggestions?
Yeah.
Yep, Monkey and Moira. Okay, I think I mentioned this yesterday. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Right, Monkey and Moira, the two people you want to shoot. Okay, why is that? Why do you want to shoot Monkey and Moira? I mentioned this yesterday as well. I think.
Moira's
They're
primary
the
source of
abilities on a
sustain,
shorter cooldown.
and then they can't engage with
Longer.
Monkey. They can't sustain without Moira.
Perfect. Okay, Monkey is their. He soaks all the cooldowns, right? He's their primary tank, right? If Diva tries to fly in, she just gets whipped away by Brig, and then there's their engage gone. Great. Okay, they need Monkey to jump in and bubble and tank all the Brig shit, and then the rest of the team can go in, right? If you fuck the Monkey, okay, they can't even engage, right? And if you fuck the Moira, they have no sustain and healing. Okay, they're like sitting ducks. Okay, they literally only have Lucio healing. They're gonna die. Okay, right? And what are we trying to do to keep our backline alive? Like, what are we trying to do here? Okay, when we've done this, like, what you know, I said they want to get on our backline. What are we trying to do by doing this? Like, anyone know? Yeah, just by
Welcome
looking.
with the Zen.
Trying to disrupt them before they get a chance to attack you.
Yeah, literally that. What we're trying to do is, we know they want to go on our backline. We're just trying to stop them even getting a chance to go on our backline, right? My ball has this very risky playstyle. I'm not gonna lie, he sometimes ints a little bit. Like where his grapple angle, he should actually come left side and come from an angle and come this way. And what he should do is he should be poking. And the second he sees they look like they're about to go, then he should engage. But he actually plays like a bit of a greedy playstyle. But it works out a lot of times. Sometimes it feeds. But where he's basically trying to disrupt them and like boop them back and then go for a slam and try and like kill something, but he gets hacked because of this sometimes, so it's not the best play, I'm gonna be honest. But like what I
grapple is interesting right there that he's doing.
yeah, it's it's a bit of a weird grapple, but like what we're trying to do is poke them out to the point that they are forced to use cooldowns now, right? Like forced to use cooldowns now before they can even get on our backline. Like, see how the Monkey's discorded, right? We're trying to shoot the Monkey. Like, I didn't even actually know the Monkey was discorded. I don't think my Zen actually called this, which is like not the best of my Zen. But I was trying to instantly shoot the Moira, and you'll see what happens, right? Okay, see here, before they even start moving, I want to stop them even getting there. I clip Moira to half HP, and she uses Fade instantly. My Sombra gets a hack on their Reaper, and then their what do you call it? Their Monkey's discorded, right? And then when their Moira fades, look what happens after this, okay? Like, their Monkey, right now when he's discording shit, he doesn't know what to do. He's trying to get out of sightlines of my Zen, and then he just makes some fucking stupid jump onto my Sombra for some reason, right? The Reaper's hacked, he's doing nothing, and I'm still shooting the Moira. And we have an angle here, we have an angle here, we have an angle here, we have an angle here. It's all about angles. It's all about spam, poke, and angles, right? And then look here, then we end up, my Zen just ends up finishing off the Moira who gets half HP, right? And my backline is free. And then after he realizes, oh, the Moira's dead, he actually starts walking up. Like, he's like, oh, fuck it. Well, okay, I'm not going to die. We walk up, and then we just collapse on them. We just pinch. Like, my ball dies, but it's whatever. He's done his job. We walk in. Yeah, and then my backline actually starts brawling. Like, my Brig is like actually like fucking left clicking people, like shield bashing them, shit like that, right? Like, that's basically the main play style. So you play more for poke and sightlines, right? And you basically try and like poke the shit out of them before they even get on top of your backline. And this is why Seafood, I say calling your discords is so fucking important on Zen, because it's usually you. It's gonna be you playing Zen. I'm suing like all the time, right? If you're calling your discords, like if I'm on Tracer, right? Like let's say it's Meek on Tracer, right? And it's like, I don't know, JP, Josh, one of you two on ball, right? And you're chilling for a second before you go in, right? You all you should do is look to just shoot the discorded target. Like, whoever Seafood calls is discorded, you shoot. Even if it's Diva. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like discording Diva's like not the greatest, but like if that's all you can see, then that's all you can see. You fucking go for it, right? And you discord and you just call, like, okay, that's what I can say. Oh, Diva discorded, and then everyone tries to just spam the shit out of that target, and they'll get so low that they're like concerned about actually going in. And even if they do engage, right, like not every time does it work out that perfectly, then you guys as Bull, Tracer, Sombra, even Diva, you try and what do you call it, like fucking kill them, like after they've used their cooldowns, like after they've used all their movement and killed your backline, try and kill them. And another thing, Jezu, that's important for you if you are going to play ball comp into 6-man, is you want to create distance between you and your backline, right? You don't want to be, usually you know the idea, you said, oh, if they have like stuff, then kill my backline, I want to play with them. That is true, but against 6-man, you want to be like the middleman between their Monkey, you, and your backline. Why do you think that is? Why would you want to play further up from your team? Like, from your backline, rather. Like, see what my deep is?
Just to help stop them from pushing, like, to provide even more pressure, I guess.
Yeah. It literally, it's just to pressure their Monkey even more, to make it even harder for him. And also, another things as well, since they don't have a Zarya, right, they have no, like, what do you call it? Like, they're way more susceptible to, like, Brig Whips and stuff. You can also boost it into him to boop him away when he Like, you know, and you, let's say he goes to jump, he goes here, and you booster into him, and he falls down here, right? Then yeah, okay, you don't have boosters to escape, but you've like 600 health. Like, you know, you're not going to get one shot that fast. And then your backline's now super free. They can even play more aggressive if they want to. Like, they could even drop down here to help you, or they can even walk up a little bit. Like, they'll be spamming the shit out of this monkey, stuff like that. That's the general play style. And as I said, angles. Okay, you want to get one person here, here, and then if you can, get someone at the sides, and then obviously I'm just use. What can I choose? I'll just use this, right? And then you're shooting all kinds of directions, right? You get good angles on them. That's the main playstyle, and very quick. I'm just going to show you. You know the Arab dive thing I talked about on fucking what's the map? This map,
Yeah.
right? Like the rough idea is ITP out of spawn. You don't really need to be honest, but it's just like every team plays cage. I'll show you. Like, let's go here. Like,
Is this the last thing we're gonna go over today?
yeah. This is gonna be it. Yeah. Okay, so like, see here, every team goes cage. They start tracer because they know we're gonna play ball comp, so they don't even want to risk playing Reaper. Reaper just gets spammed out. Play cage, and all it's about here, angles again. Look at my divas. 1, 2, 3. Like, imagine you're these guys sitting here. Where the fuck do you look at, right? Like, even if you're diva, right, you probably want to DM Farah, right? DM Farah rockets. You're DMing this way. Then I'm shooting you from like this way. I'll even walk in a little bit. I'm just poking you out. My diva's shooting you this way. Even my Lucio's trying to do some kind of, like, I don't know what the fuck my Lucio's doing up here, to be honest, but like trying to do some kind of damage. Like, and we know we don't need to engage on you right now. We're just poking, and the 6-man has nothing to walk on unless they get a hack. They have nothing to like run down because we all have movement. And then, like, look how fast we farm barrage, right? The control point's unlock in 1 second, and we almost have barrage, and my Farah completely ints with her barrage, but we got it so fast. And we actually cap point because we spammed them so much. They were too scared to even walk out to touch point. Like, this is why I say if they, you know, they're gonna play 6-man, which they probably will. Genuinely, you guys could actually start getting down Arab dive. It's not very hard. You just fucking stay alive, just keep poking. And then yeah, my Farah gets barrage and kills herself, like actual fucking noob. But like, you know, the playstyle set, I think we actually lose first fight. I'm not even 100% sure. Yeah, we actually even lose first fight because my Farah just completely through with her barrage, and then but we do end up winning this map. Let's play 2 times speed. Right, what happens here? Oh, they impede. Yeah, we lose this fight as well. Yeah, you know the idea I said before. I mentioned this in a previous VOD review, but I think most of you guys like weren't either in the VOD review or like whatever was going on. But I talked about the idea of going early with your ultimates, where if you have ults, you just like want to hit them like super early before they even have a chance to get them off. Like in high reload, it just every single ult is used like in spawn, like not in spawn, but like super early.
Oh yeah, I remember that time when me and Jazzo we thought about doing a slam bomb combo.
Yeah.
And we went first on Ilios on Ruins, I believe.
Yeah, ruins. Yeah, I have a
Yeah,
clip.
that is literally great. Like, I don't know if it's actually this map. It might be, but we like this. I think it actually might be this map later on. We actually bomb slam them here, and we kill them here. Like, because we knew they had EMP, I think, and we knew we were gonna lose the fight if we didn't go first. We literally went down here this early, like, because if you know they have an ult advantage, the only way you win is either inting on them or just using your ults first. That's the only way. What do we have here? Okay, I mean, my Farah's trolling again. Like, okay, like, see here when they're trying to walk on my diva, right? Even if my diva dies, like, the rest of us are just trying to like get some pressure on someone else, right? And we're trying to just shoot the easy, like whoever we can see, to be honest. So you have no discord, so you don't have high burst damage, but you have really, really high poke, and they have low sustain. Like, see there, we just happen to see a fucking diva, like, just trying to get in the mech, and we're like, okay, we'll kill her. Even if my diva's dying, right? We don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. All we're trying to do is poke. And then, yeah, so we come back to, like, help or whatever. My ball might get hacked here, might die. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Another thing is as well is if you cap point with this comp, you can stall for ages because you have so much movement. You just get back from spawn. I mean, if they're using ults, it's like, okay, whatever. They've lost it here. But they got a good charge. Yeah, I think it is this map. I'm going to stop pausing. I'll just play it at the end. But, like, you'll see the idea of just, like, okay, we're trying to look to go early. We're just looking to constantly poke. Like, guys, see, again here, like, you know, we knew they had EMP. We just barrage them here. Like, we don't want to let them get onto point and get their EMP off. We want to go super early, like, all the time. And that's something that we, like, you guys as a team really don't do. Like, we really don't go early. And on control maps, it's super important. Like, you can win so many fights you should lose just because you, like, they weren't expecting it. They just weren't ready for this. Look at this. This is exactly what I was talking about, right? We slammed here. and we actually killed the Moira. Like, and I was following up with this. Like, my Lucio doesn't even need to be here. Doesn't matter, right? But everyone else who does damage is here, and then we end up getting a kill. See, like, this is what I mean. Like, you guys can start doing this, and as you said, Josh, like, you and Jesu did like a bomb slam thing for an Ilios Ruins. That play is sick. Like, you should start doing these kind of things more often. And I'm not saying every time you should be going down here, but if you know that they're gonna win, like, look at the ults they just lost. By the way, right? They lost Cole and EMP. Like, we would have 100% lost the fight if they got those two off, and they even beat it here. But by the time they beat it, 2 people had died already. Yeah, like, see, they just literally lost the fight they should have won.
They panic beat. Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah, and like this is like these are all like I think I don't know. This was a bit of a mixed SR team. Like the highest player was like 4-4. The rest was like I don't fucking know. Most of them were like GM, but there's one that's like 3-6 for some reason. But yeah, it cuts off there. But you get what I mean? It's not really complicated. Like the actual play style you have, it's just poking and just keeping yourself alive and just trying to stall point if you can. And then once you get your barrage, like you should get barrage before they get any ults. Maybe they get Cole at the same time as well. But other than that, your Pharah can just keep spamming. Your D.Va can spam. So long as you don't get hacked. Like the main thing, Jesu, especially for you and D.Va, if we are playing ball comp or whatever into 6-man, is you just need to be careful about getting hacked. If you get hacked, you're probably gonna die
Yeah.
instantly. Other than that, you're fine. If you're like trying to be aware of where Sombra could be, then you're fine. Like same with JP or Josh. You guys on ball. All you have to be careful of is you don't want to go fucking swinging in and slam right 1v6 and then turbo feed because you're gonna get hacked, right? Which is the same reason is if you're grappling on ball, right, or you're coming in on ball. Try and come in from an angle that's like just not main, right? A more unpredictable angle. Like on Ruins, for example, I said like come left side, right? Come around that way, poke for a little bit, and then maybe look for a slam from that angle. So at least their Sombra like has to look around for you a little bit. If you come up main, like my main tank did, to be honest, that was a dog shit play. Like he should have got hacked for that. I think he actually did. He died, right? Like that's just not a good play. Like come from different angles. And I said to Mokalenko before about whipping balls and stuff like that. Like where every time the ball comes in, you want to look to whip him if you see him. But this right now, from what I saw in your guys' scrims, barely any of you guys are getting punished on ball or monkey for jumping in. Like I've barely seen you guys get whipped away by Briggs, to be honest. Like if they even are playing Brig, they might just be playing Mercy. But if they're playing Brig, I barely ever see you guys getting whipped away. But when you're playing against better teams with better players, you're going to be getting whipped away way more constantly. And then you have to have more creative pathing, like on ball or whatever. You can't just grapple in from main like an idiot. Like you actually have to come from like the side where the Brig doesn't see you, and then or even monkey. Like some people walk right up to the ledge they want to go on, and they jump up in an almost vertical motion. So the Brig has such a small window to hit the whip, right? And even if she does whip, if she whips too late, you just go flying up in the air and land back down where you're going to land, like on the high ground. Like Numbani is a good example for that. Numbani first point. But you guys haven't got punished for it yet, which is fine. So just keep doing what you're doing until that happens. But there's going to become a point where you guys start getting, abused a little bit more for just playing like, doing the most basic stuff kind of thing, like playing from main. But for now, it should be chilling. But hopefully that was actually useful, and I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, if anyone has any questions about whatever, like, comps, like ball comp, or even if it's not ball comp, anything in general, just like drop me a DM or something and I'll try and answer it. But other than that, I'll probably leave it there for today. Does anyone have any questions before I head off and leave you guys to it?
I
Not
got a
anything.
diamond.
Well, what are you playing firstly?
I play main tank, strictly main tank and diamond.
Only main tank. I mean, okay, what heroes mostly? You can